Hey everyone, it's Nick here. And once again, I know I said this for the millionth time. So sorry I haven't been online in a while. I've been working 60-hour work weeks and it's just been exhausting. But I actually just got back from a vacation. Yeah, the very first time I've used vacation time at work. And where did I go of all places? Maybe I went to Hawaii, maybe I went to Japan, maybe I went to England even. No, I went to Canada. I went to Surrey. I was hanging out with some friends of mine. And I did some game stuff. Me and my friends, they were playing. We were playing some good stuff. Like we were playing the Jackbox games, like Quiplash. That was a good one. Um, I can't remember the name of the T-shirt one where you have to design the T-shirt. I think it was Tee Off. I like the game, but I just suck at it. Okay. There was the murder one with the deep voice, kind of like Jigsaw. I can't remember all the names, but then we also played Ultimate Chicken Horse, and that game is fun as fuck. I love it. It's such a fun game. Um, I mean, those we were playing the Switch versions of those games, and the funny thing is, while I was down there, they had the mall in Surrey called the Guildford Center, and it's a huge, gigantic mall. I mean, it puts all the malls in Seattle to shame. In fact, a lot of them I think are closing up down here in Seattle. Like Northgate, I think is getting destroyed. I heard they're putting an ice rink there. I don't know if that's true. And then like a lot of the other malls I go to are probably like they're just like abandoned or there's like next to no people there. It's really sad. But I'm starting to think malls are becoming a thing of the past. Like now you can just buy stuff on Amazon and stuff. So I mean it kind of makes it a little redundant, I suppose. But still, it sucks. I like going to malls. It's really nice. Even though I don't always shop there because everything's expensive. But I mean sometimes it's nice to check out. So anyways, so yeah, those were Switch games, and people were like, "Yeah, you said you'd never buy a Switch." I did say that, didn't I? I think I did say that, right? That I was never going to own a Switch. I do want to let you guys know that. Well, I'll tell you after this, but I do want to show you guys something that I got here. I took it out of the box, but yes, yes, I'm never going to buy a Switch. I'm never going to buy a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I got one. Why? Because with the exchange rate, everything in Canada is cheaper. I think maybe I got scammed. I don't know. But when I was down there at the mall, I saw a game store that I hadn't seen in over 10 years. Okay, like when I was like younger, a lot younger, now maybe even 15 or 20 years. And that was EB Games. So I think instead of GameStop, they have EB Games down there. So I was like, oh my god, this is like I mean, it was from what I could tell last time I was in the GameStop, which was very very long ago. It's kind of the same layout. Yeah, I bought a Switch there. Now you might think, what was your first game for the Switch that you bought for the Switch? Maybe you bought something like Link's Awakening DX. I mean, you like retro games. Maybe you bought like Mario Kart or something. And by the way, in Canada, apparently they pronounce it Mario. Anyways, the game I bought, of all things, is let me load it up here. Yeah, it takes a while to load. I got Wheel of Fortune. The reason why was because I was when I was at the EB Games, like I was on my vacation, so I wasn't sure, I needed to save my money for something until the last couple of days when I knew I could spend it and I'd be okay. So that's what I did. I waited until like I knew I could afford it. So, but in the meantime, because the games at EB Games were like they were all like $60, $50 to $60, and it's like God, what was I trying to say? Oh, and they also didn't really have anything that I was interested in. So, the game I'm looking for mainly on the Switch is Taiko no Tatsujin. That's actually kind of the reason why I wanted to Switch in the first place. But don't worry, guys, that wasn't the only game I bought for the Switch. I also bought Doom 2. And I play it, but you need internet connection to play it, and I don't have internet connection. People might think, what, you don't have internet? I use my phone's hotspot to go online. So that's all I've got. And it's been a cheap alternative to me. And I'm on my phone most of the time more than I am on the computer, probably because I'm out a lot and I work a lot. But yeah, so there was that. I should look for the other thing that I picked up. But anyway, so yeah, I bought Doom 2. I will say the cool thing about it is that it's turn sensitive. Like in the computer game, when you turn your character, I don't mean straight, but when you actually turn your character, you just press the button and he moves at like a fast pace. This version, you can actually turn like very slowly if you want, depending on how far you push the controller to the left or right. That's pretty cool. But other than that, I would not recommend playing it on the Switch. I heard they're coming out with Doom 64. Maybe I'll try that one. But it felt really obscure playing on the Switch. But anyways, that's my major gripe with the Switch, is that a lot of the games are digital only, which sucks. And then you gotta wait for the game to load and everything. And again, if you don't have internet like Doom 2, you won't be able to play it at all. That's why I prefer the Famicom. You take a cartridge, well, I wouldn't recommend this game, but I mean, you take a game cartridge, slap it in the Nintendo, press the power button, and there you go. Now, though, it's like, it's more like a little computer to me. But another thing I don't like about the Switch, though, is that one controller is up here, one joystick is up here, and one joystick is down here. I would much rather prefer if I could do both. Maybe it's because some people prefer the buttons over the joystick and some the other way around. But I mean, it's all right. It works. But playing Doom 2 is just really obscure to play on the Switch. I bought an original Switch so I could hook it up to a TV, and then I realized I needed HDMI, and this old Toshiba here from my childhood, it does not have, I'm pretty sure it does not have HDMI. I don't even think it was out then. But it's a good thing. I don't think anyone's going to want to add my friend code, so if you want it, just ask. I don't want to like put it out there like I'm asking for attention. But if you want it, go ahead and ask, although I may not be able to really play anything with you, but I mean, because like I said, I'm offline, but like maybe if we schedule something. So anyways, but it is a nice little sleek console. I mean, now I wanted the red and blue one, but they only had they had the red and blue one, but it was like a refurbished one, and I really prefer buying brand new. So that's what I did. I did buy one other game for it, a physical game. Well, should I show that now? Yeah, I guess it's right here. Okay, so let me get it out here. Oh yeah, I bought a couple movies. One of them is The Big Lebowski, or Le Grand Lebowski. Now I understand that Canadian DVDs are region coded, so I actually can't play them on my DVD player. I kind of bought this as a souvenir. It was only $6, so that was good. But the other game that I bought was again, I didn't really see anything that caught my eye really. So they had Impossible Mission, but from what I could see online, what little I could find online, it wasn't very good. So I just ended up buying this game, New Super Lucky's Tale, because from what I've seen, it's like an action game, platformer, and that's what I like. Okay, I mean, I like like the NES style, like and oh, they put a sticker on this and closed it. Okay, but I also bought this because it's also in French because it's a Canadian copy. So and that's one thing I hugely respect about the Switch. From what I've heard, it is a region-free console, so you can import any game that you want and it'll work. They're universal like the Game Boy. That I highly respect Nintendo for. Finally, they discover, because they say that's to prevent piracy, but if anything, it creates piracy because people are going to hack the console so it can play international games, and it's going to make people want to emulate more, because with an emulator, you don't have to worry about what version you have. It'll, all the ROMs will work on the same emulator. Is there even a Switch emulator? Probably, but I don't know about it. So yeah, Switch, it's okay. It's all right. It's something I could see myself bringing, playing with some friends and stuff. But like I said, my main huge gripe with this is that it's only a lot of the stuff is digital only, which kind of screws me over because I'm mainly an offline / single player guy. So unfortunately, that's how it is. And that wasn't the only video game related thing I picked up from Canada. Let me show you. First, I was trying to find the game that picked up a game the other day. I'm trying to find it. So give me a few minutes. 2 seconds, whatever. You know what I mean? I bought all these, I got this like huge bag of Scotch mints my grandma asked me to, and it's like, sure, why not? I cannot find it. I don't know where to put it, because I don't put my stuff in the best places. I did get a WonderSwan game, but I'm trying to find the freaking thing. I can't find it. Yeah. Thought I brought it in the house, but apparently I did not. But I got that. But that wasn't the only other video game related thing I bought. Once again, I bought something else. So, let me show you what I bought. So, I don't think, did I tell people? I don't think I ever uploaded the video of it, but I actually bought a Japanese PlayStation 1. It works great, and I was able to play my Japanese games on it. But then, I was at this game store called Game Deals. A lot of their stuff is expensive. That's my only problem. But they had a lot of NES games, a lot of them complete and stuff. I mean, it was really cool to see. But one thing that stuck out to me was this PlayStation. This is a European PlayStation. Now, as you can see, it doesn't say power or eject. It actually has, like, the symbols. Now, the reset button's still there, though. Yeah, they didn't have a whole lot to offer in the way of European PlayStation games. I think I have one racing game for it, but I have to look for it. But the one game that I bought was Die Hard Trilogy. I've never played this game before, but I've seen it, and I've heard that it's a pretty good game. Now, I also heard that the PlayStation Mini actually uses the European versions of these games, which is weird. It's possible maybe Sony Europe did it or something, or some European developer did it, but like the problem is these games run a little slower because they run on 50 hertz. We run on 60 hertz in America, so it's a little weird. But I do have games for it, and it came with the accessories, so I can play it. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I probably can't play because the power supply in Europe is different from the U.S. Yeah, I just wish I could find the one game that the WonderSwan game I picked up, but I cannot find it for the life of me. I must have like left it in the car or something. Like I said, I came home with a lot of stuff. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. So this is I think it's Densha de Go. There's also a Game Boy Color version of this, and it's I think it's kind of like a rail simulator or something, like some kind of train simulator. Here's the back. You can see some screenshots of it. I can't really show you guys WonderSwan games because there's not really any good emulators for it, and there's no way to capture footage from the WonderSwan. But the Game Boy, at least you have like the Nintendo GameCube, and you have like that one you put under the GameCube. I never owned one of those. Or you could use the Super Game Boy. I do have one of those. So anyways, that's about all I picked up. I didn't get any CDs because, like, I just didn't see anything that was interesting. I bought a few music books. I have the guitar version of this, but now I have the piano version of God Shuffle the Feet by Crash Test Dummies. That was cool. Also got a couple Aerosmith books, like Just Push Play. That's a good one. And Get a Grip, which I guess caused controversy because it shows a cow's udder being pierced. When the band finally explained that, apparently that it was CGI or it was drawn. So it's funny people get offended over the funniest things. Like, you really think they actually went to a farm and put a ring on a freaking cow's udder? Well, now I think about it, it's Aerosmith. I guess anything's possible. But all right. So yeah, that's why I haven't been online. I've just been working 60-hour work weeks, and like I'm getting tons of overtime, and it's great. I love my job and everything. It's just, yeah, everyone's exhausted, So I mean, but I like working overtime. It's it shows them. It's not just because I get more money, but it also shows my bosses that I give a shit about my job. Like, hey, I'll be there anytime you need me. So I think that's it. I really want to go to Canada again. Like, it's so awesome. It's a great place. And it's a lot like Washington State, or at least Vancouver, Surrey, whatever. But it's it was so nice to get a change of scenery because even if I go to Seattle or something, I don't I'm always seeing the same stuff, and it's like it gets old, So it was so nice to get like a change of scenery and everything. Like even if it looks like Washington, it's still different. The only real thing only advice I can give is really go down to Canada, just remember it's kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. You'll see that says like 100, and it's like, oh, cool, I can go 100 miles per hour. But it does say km/h, so kilometers per hour. Whereas in the States, or at least Washington State, it just says the number. It doesn't say mph. So if you're from Canada, they're like, oh, 60 miles, eh? Yeah, my friends taught me a little bit of or just not like taught me, but like I hear them speak. Instead of bathroom, they say washroom. So that's one thing I have to think about. And they do say a, but in that region, I think like the north or the western region anyway of Canada, they don't have those stereotypical accents like a boots or anything. They actually pronounce it like Americans would. They like even last year when I went to Canada, and people are asking me, oh, they sound you get that accent a lot. I was like, not really. They sound like Americans. Like, honestly, a lot of them I can't tell the difference. Some of them you could just barely tell that they're Canadian. But for the most part, they sound like Americans. I don't really hear a difference. So, with that said, I had a great time. I'm going to be going back to work, and my work says hopefully they're going to be putting me back on a normal schedule soon. But I do like the overtime. I don't want them to think that I don't want it, because I do. I like, it's awesome. But like I said, I've just been really super, super busy. It's like I'm exhausted. This 4-day vacation was exactly what I needed, and it gave me time to rest and just have fun, enjoy life. I mean, in June I'm going to be 26. I'm almost getting up there in my 30s, and to think I started YouTube when I was 12 years old. It's hard to believe like that much time has gone by. Like 13 years I've been on YouTube. Like, wow, it's hard to believe. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. God bless. Peace out. Have a freaking good day. You guys rock. Peace out.